Jesse Cox,
Oh,
aka
hey.
the little JC, just
Oh,
out
hey,
there
what's up?
cruising. It's been a while. I feel like we went forward and then never came back.
Oh, I have been forward and back on the leveling train.
You've
I've
been
done
leveling,
terrible
man.
things to myself. Yeah.
I can like look at your search info here. You have been a leveling fool. You got a lot of stuff at 80. You got Paladin, you got Warrior, you got Dark
I got
Knight, you
all the
got
tanks.
Gunbreaker, you got White Mage, 75 Scholar, you got 80 Dragoon, 80 Red Mage, of course. You're leveling some crafters, you got your Goldsmith, you're still fishing. You got a level 70 miner.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing it.
I got a lot going on. Most of it is because I decided, uh-oh, did you okay? Did something happen to you? Are you alive?
The dog is in the room, and so of course by being in the room, he has to knock
I
things over.
thought something fell on you and killed you, and that was it.
No,
And I was going to be here talking to myself. It would have been
No, he
awkward.
knocked over. Yeah, sorry. Continue on.
No, I just have a lot, and I decided that I wanted to clear out some of my inventory, and the best way to do that was level up jobs.
Yeah. Well,
So here we are.
yes. It's funny. You're actually doing what I did when I got like really into the game in terms of leveling everything, and then you realized that you were keeping gear because you didn't want to get rid of it because you bought it for that subset of a tank or a DPS or a ranged DPS, whatever. But then once you get everything to where you want it level wise, you're going to have the issue of letting go of the gear.
Nah.
You won't have, because for me, it was I could glam all this. I
have no sub 30 gear in my inventory anymore. Gone.
Okay.
Every one of my jobs is at least 30, so I got rid of everything under 30.
Okay.
I'm like, nope, don't need it unless it's crafting. I have a bunch of zeros in crafting.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nope. My next goal is to get everything to 50 and then dump all the under 50 stuff.
Well, I could think
excited.
I could think of no better way to help you on your quest to
how dare you
leveling things and also doing the most entertaining content for our video cast podcast viewers. Let's do some MSQ. Let's just queue it up.
I think in your mind you feel like we're about to get prey, but I want to let you know we're definitely gonna not.
I mean,
it's definitely not happening.
We're gonna
have to run around with Sid for 45 minutes.
I'm okay with that. If we don't get prey, it's still 7 Moogle Esotorics or whatever. Have you done that grind yet? Did you get 100?
It's the one thing I have left to do before Tuesday. That's the big thing.
Now.
My hope. Hey!
We've done it.
My hope is that my mechanicist.
I hate that class name because it just sounds weird to say.
He is 41, and I think at 45 I can start running dungeons that will give me those tomes. And so my plan is just to run those a bunch, and hopefully I'll have everything I need to get. Because I already have 103 tomes, so I feel like
you're good to go. More. You can get the Namazu earring with 100, and then the mounts are 50 each.
Yeah, I feel like I'll get what I want by the end, but I gotta level up that other job. However, it's not high enough to go on this fun adventure with Sid. So
it's true. It's true. Yeah. So I guess you wrapped up Shadowbringers and like. What was that? That was before Christmas, wasn't it?
No, Shadowbringers.
When did you do Shadowbringers?
5.0 was literally New Year's Eve.
Right. You started in August, and then you wrapped.
Yeah, and then 5.4 was right before the trailer stuff that we did.
Right.
In February.
Right.
And then I've just been running around doing Bosnia and all the other stuff that you have to do in this game.
Yeah. We got a sprout in here. I don't know if this is like a straight up sprout.
I hope so. I hope this is a mega sprout situation.
Well, they're wearing like level 58 gear, so I don't know. We have a lot of sprouts in here all the time. Yeah, I guess you've just been kind of, I saw you were doing some Manderville stuff today. Where are you at in the Manderville? I don't know
Ultra
if,
showed up. It was great, hilarious, good times.
okay. All right. Are you doing like a video on your own channel for that? If people want to
I
catch
may. I
up
mean,
or,
right now it's all up on Twitch, so
yeah, yeah. People want to recap.
yeah, people
Um,
want to go watch that nonsense. It's all there.
we've been raiding, or I've been raiding, every
I have seen.
Saturday and Sunday, for 5 or 6 hours. We're currently on E12S. It's my first like actual, I think, attempt at like a proper static. It's different. Also, this game's kind of hard sometimes. Like,
Yeah, I
learning
I
is
can imagine.
learning is somewhat of a pain in the ass. It also makes me look at like content like this and just realize like how mind numbing this can get. Um, so I understand that a little bit more now, but I've really enjoyed the rating aspect of it. Also, I'm
I
now
feel
playing a
like
red
mind
mage.
numbing.
So,
Our definitions are different.
well, it's a good thing to, yeah. For me, mind numbing is like I can turn my brain off and just like do this and still have
Right,
fun
right.
and get rewards for it that are meaningful. I don't mean it in like the negative connotation.
Oh yeah, no. I just, for me, rating like that, unless it's made fun, is like, oh my god,
Well,
you know.
yeah, for like, there's 100%. When we finish those 5 hour sessions, I'm actually a dead person. Like I'm a husk of a man.
Right.
My brain is gone.
I get it.
Erin asked me something, and I just kind of stare at her, and then grunt like I'm Tim the Tool Man or something, and she figures it out. Yeah, there's a lot of mental effort that goes into the raids, but they're a lot of fun. We've had pretty good success with clearing them as well. I'm now a red mage main, so I'm sorry.
I saw that you were a little jealous of me and
It's
decided
true.
to become a red mage main. That's fine. I mean, whatever.
Red mage are really good
Fine,
for
I'm not jealous.
progression. I was playing a samurai, and it's kind of like the greedy DPS, like you do stellar DPS, but that's all you do. Whereas with a red mage, I can do like pretty good DPS, but I can also res. And we also get a 1% damage buff for the rest of the group because we've got our 8 classes across all of the different specialties classes or whatever I'm trying to say.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you get a little bit of a damage bump group comp wise. So yeah, rating's been fun. I think in total we've spent probably around 60 to 70 hours on the 3 bosses, and now we're on the 4th and final one. And we've spent like a week or 2 on that. And it's pretty tough. We're going in blind, so like learning all the mechanics and stuff is
Are you on
a
the
lot.
second phase or on the first?
No, we're still on the first phase of the fight. And what's cool is I think 1, maybe 2 people in the group don't know that there's a second phase. And we're being very, like, the rest of the group is like, winking at each other the entire time we talk about it. Because we'll join and be like, man, we got 120 minutes to kill this boss. Like, why do we have 30 more minutes? It's crazy. This is just so hard. I guess they are respecting our time and not making us leave a lockout. And so we're all very excited for when we get him down to like 1%. The guy is very excited, like, doing the nerd screams, and then it just spawns the next boss.
So I'm curious how raiding in Final Fantasy XIV works.
Sure.
Because I know, like, in WoW, because you talk about raid lockouts and stuff. I know in WoW,
Yeah.
if you go to a raid, most of the time you're going through old bosses, getting loot, making sure everyone's geared out, that kind of thing.
Right.
Are you doing that as well? Are you going back to, like, Eden 8 Savage and running that again? Or you
No.
just do 12?
So the way it works is 5.1, or wait, 5.0, 5.2, and 5.4. Each one of those patches released 4 bosses. So
Right.
5.0 was 2 weeks after launch, was E1 through E4, and then E5 through E8, and now E9 through E12. And so those 3 chunks of bosses all drop item level gear according to that patch. So the most recent one, E9 through E12, drops 530 gear. And so that's the only real raids that we've done. So we've done E9S, E10S, and E11S, and now we're on E12S.
So do you do E9S over and over each week?
We do it every week. You have to re-clear. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And like that can be, you got to re-clear it, right? So it gets easier as you get gear, as your raid group gets more geared out. But like you still got to clear the boss, right? So if someone's like being not lazy, but playing poorly, or is not there for that certain boss, it adds to it takes away progression, right? With a static, where if we're only raiding 10 hours a week, then if we spend an hour on those re-clears, or we spend 3 hours on those re-clears, right? It starts to get a little bit like, no, I don't want to say like a job, but in a lot of ways it's like, hey, we got 10 hours. Let's try to make this the best.
No, it's a job. Let's all rating is a job.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do it anymore.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot going on, but we all enjoy it. The seven other people that I'm with, 4 of them were people that I've played other games with. One of them was my moderators. And then 3 of the folks, 4 or 3, I forget how many, are just like people that were in the FC that said they wanted to join up, and yeah, they turned out to be really awesome people. They're super chill. We don't have anyone that honestly, the person that gets quote angry, or at least has snarky comments, is me. If someone is annoying me or saying, I don't agree with their strategy, I'm the asshole of the group, essentially. Which is nice because you want to be able to get along with everyone. That being said, there's definitely moments after the raid where it's like, hey, sorry about that. Definitely was in the moment. We're good. Yeah, no problem. I didn't think anything of it. Cool. All right, let's move forward. So it's been fun. It's definitely been my vacation getaway from the normal stream, in terms of just streaming the raids, because I don't even pay attention to chat or anything. But yeah, that's where I've been, is mostly raiding, and getting excited for the rest of the game, which is basically what we're here to talk about. We do MSQ. We got 5.5 on Tuesday. The final big patch, I guess, until Endwalker comes out.
Yep, I'm excited. I don't quite know what to expect.
I don't either.
I mean, we know it's 2 parts, and
right, a little bit different this time.
Yeah, I'm not sure what is in each part. Right, people keep telling me it's 2 parts. Things will come out in 2 parts, but I don't know if that means. Does that mean we're not getting Diamond Weapon and
Diamond comes out? Diamond and Nier both come out on Tuesday.
Okay,
I think the half part is the MSQ. We're gonna get part 1 of the main story, and then part 2 at a later time.
So does that include the dungeon then?
I believe there's a new dungeon on Tuesday. Yeah, Pagelthon, I think is the name of it.
Yeah, from the looks of the trailer, it appears like we'll be fighting dark versions of primals.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's what it's. If I had to guess, I don't know if this is accurate because apparently it all takes place in just the one setting. But it definitely has the vibe of, at the end of 5.3, that dungeon where you sort of do a round the world tour of the first. It has that kind of vibe of all the different beast tribe monsters.
Well, it makes me wonder with Endwalker and what they've shown of it so far being so focused on the moon, when they could have saved that big reveal for when people play. It makes me wonder if we're going to be on the moon at the start, or if that's our end goal.
I don't know. I guess it comes down to the way the trailers work, right? In Stormblood, the stuff in the trailer is clearly the very, very end, if you think about it, right?
True.
Lise is showing up dressed in a way that's wait a minute, you don't have that dress the last hour of the damn expansion.
That's very true.
Right? the different parts are kind of vague in what they are, but in in Heaven's Ward, you get stuff that explains what happened in the previous expansion.
Right.
And so I don't know where we sit with. I'm trying to remember what Shadowbringers had besides kind of like,
well,
this is what's going on.
Shadowbringers just had the people being like pulled away, and then they just focused on like the war, right? Like you had like that meeting with
The beginning, yeah.
yeah.
So
like, the patches leading up to it had nothing to do with what actually Shadowbringers was.
But the intro, the very intro of the Shadowbringers trailer, had the sort of like standoff battle in Gimlet Dark,
right,
or whatever that zone is,
yeah.
and the that's sort of like a in the past moment, right? Even though I guess it was, people kept telling me that it was not, that fight wasn't out when that trailer first started. I have no clue. Like, I just don't know. I wasn't there for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder how they're gonna show the trailer in May. And like, there's just a lot of unknowns, and I love that. I'm in the area with you guys now. I don't know nothing, but I know everything you know, which is super fun.
Yeah, part of me with, I mean, what is the patch name? It's got like a real dire, like fucking,
I think it's like Death Unto Dawn.
yeah, it's like it's a dour name, and with how dramatic these like 5.5 patches usually are, or at least like right before the expansion, so maybe like 5.55 or the 0.55 patches.
Sure.
I would assume that we're going to get one of those, like a sequence of cutscenes is going to play. Please make sure that you have ample time in order to view these or whatever.
Oh, for 5.5, for 5.5, yes. Yeah.
And we're good at, like, I don't think everyone makes it to 6.0. They're going to do something, right? They got to get people invested. They got to give us a reason to really hate Fandaniel. And I don't know what that is. I don't know who. I think Estinian's going to make it because he's part of the. They already said that he's like, you're going to have Estinian as part of someone who can go to dungeons with you, right?
Right. Yes.
And Alphino and Alze are in the trailer.
Yep.
With what's his? Wait, did we see what's fucking Blondie, La Habrea boy?
The only characters that are in the trailer that we've seen so far: Alice, Alphino, Warrior of Light, Fandaniel, and Xenos.
Yeah. So, like, part of me is just like, I wonder if if this is truly the end of this story, someone's got to go, right?
I don't know. I have no idea what happens with characters like that. I feel like they set up a whole bunch of stuff at the end of 5.3.
Yeah.
Kind of like, hey, off to new adventures.
Right.
And I don't know what that means for these characters, because it feels like a lot of their stories have natural conclusion already. Like, most of the characters, their stories were wrapped up in all the different things going on in with like old what's her face, old Blondie, who my brain just died on.
The
Minfilia.
Yeah.
So, like, you have characters that, because Minfilia was still around in the main thing, they still were, like Thancred. He sort of was beholden to her as a character, and then he was beholden to Reen as a character, and now all that's done, and so his story is kind of like, he can go anywhere. So, like, if someone has a red flag, it's definitely Thancred. Like, that's just a fact.
Yeah, I don't like. And his story is kind of like, it's over, right?
I mean, it's done. Yeah, the things that happen in his story are done.
Yeah.
There's Lise as a character, her story's done, right?
Yeah.
Raubon as a character, his story is finished. Like, there's a lot of characters. All the leaders of all the different factions, their story's technically done.
For sure.
Right? So they can all be chopped. I'm trying to think of the only character I think is totally safe is
Graha, maybe?
Gratia for sure. Yeah. Yes. Stola, I think, is safe as well.
She's too much of a fan favorite.
Yeah, only because fan favorite. Like, they wouldn't kill her.
I mean, I don't think Yida and Papalimo were on that level, but maybe. I like if you're gonna hurt the player base in the sense of like really get them invested in hating someone and hating Fandaniel or whoever the new big bad is, that would be a good character to kill. Or mortally wound and like bedridden for a while, right?
But
Uh,
that's happened to her, I think, almost every expansion so far.
yeah,
She is
yeah,
consistently like, gotta go bring me from the life pool or whatever.
yeah. I don't know. I'm looking at the like special website for Death Unto Dawn, which the subtitle is As Towers Rise and Darkness Falls, Eorzea's players take the stage, blades poised to meet the final days. You don't think they're gonna actually like go forward with the rejoining or something, right? Like,
No, I think the rejoining is no. I think it's not on the table
you
anymore.
think it's
I think
done completely?
Yeah, I think the Fandaniel Xenos thing is like, we're gonna nuke the planet. I honestly, because I feel like Xenos' whole thing is like, the world is in the way of me fighting the Warrior of Light, and I'm over it. And so, and Fandaniel is sort of the bad guy who, like all Final Fantasies, he's the last villain. You know how there's the bad guys who have all their machinations, and then there's the Joker guy who's just like, I want to see it all burn.
I
That's
don't.
usually the guy who ends up living to the end, and then you fight him, and he turns out to have like, he's
I
half angel or some BS.
I will be upset if Fandaniel is the big bad.
He totally won't be. I am convinced Xenos is gonna kill him because he's like he's just too much.
He's over the top. Yeah.
Yeah. And Xenos ain't got time for that. So he's gonna. I honestly think it would be hilarious if the full actual release trailer, that whole scene where Fandaniel like goes up to see him and is like, "What's going on, dude?" If that
He
in
just
the
kills
game
him.
isn't him actually getting killed,
Yeah.
like if Xenos doesn't just like pick the weapon up and just kill him, I think it'd be hilarious. It has to happen, right? That has to be the turn because Xenos is a crazy person.
Yeah, but Xenos, if it is, the quote end of the world or the end times, right? The Endwalker is coming, etc. Xenos doesn't give a fuck about ending the world. He just wants to like fight us.
Yeah, and I think that's why I can't give you any true like guesses because it could be like Xenos thinks he's gonna get something out of this and he's gonna finally fight the Warrior of Light, and Fandaniel's like, haha, you idiot! I am a villain and actually the bad guy.
Yeah.
Or Fandaniel thinks he's gonna use Xenos and Xenos kills him, or they're both idiots and something else happens. I mean, in the end, no matter what, we know it's Final Fantasy, so the final boss won't be actually either of them. It'll be like I am Megadeth, the reality of death, and you're like, what the hell? All right.
I just hope we fight the moon. Like
That'd be hilarious.
If we go into the world of thinking about Final Fantasy II, the end boss, like the real end boss of Final Fantasy II was, as I think about this, and now I'm Googling it. Who was the final boss?
Final Fantasy 2? What was the one where the final boss was a tree? Is that 4?
I guess I gotta Google Final Fantasy. Hold on. Oh, Neo X Death. Oh wait, that's 5. Final Fantasy 5 was Neo X Death. Final Fantasy 4. Well, it was Zero Moose. Of course. I mean, maybe we fight Zero Moose. Maybe he's the big bad.
I don't believe that.
He's got to be somewhere. You don't go to the moon and not see Zero Moose, you know?
Final Fantasy 1 was Chaos. 2 was the final boss was, oh my goodness. The final boss is the Emperor, having been killed. Firion, yeah, all right. The Emperor of Palamacia. Final Fantasy. Oh no, then you have. Oh lord, yeah, you're right. Then Final Fantasy 3 was the Cloud of Darkness. Final Fantasy 4 was Zero Moose.
The old Zero Moose.
5. Yeah, 5 is whatever the hell his damn name is. X Death. Neo X Death.
He's already been in the game. He was in a raid.
Yeah. 6, we've already seen Kefka. 7, we already saw.
What if they're just like, all right, Sephiroth's the big
it's
bad.
Sephiroth,
Good luck.
Yeah. That'd be amazing.
That'd be so stupid.
8, even though we didn't see Altemisha or whatever the hell her name is, literally that's the music that, like, I think that's the music that plays in a fight that you are about to do.
Yeah.
9 is the one that always made me laugh, because after Kuja, you just fight Necron.
Yeah, it's so stupid because the entire game builds to Kuja, then Kuja's like, by the way, I'm out.
But with that said, interestingly enough, this game, one of the things that it does is it spends a lot of time kind of like doing homages for other Final Fantasies.
Sure.
And I will say, in Final Fantasy IX, if you just go look it up, one of the things that that was going to happen is Hades was originally planned to be the final boss, but was later made an optional boss, and then the final boss was this thing of, like, Necron, this darkness entity. But Necron, like, kind of looks like the statue of, what's his face, God damn.
The opposite
There's so many characters in this game. Zodiark,
yeah.
He kind of looks like Zodiark. There's so many characters in this game. My brain is like, which one was that again?
Well,
it kind of looks like Zodiark.
We probably just fight Zodiark, right?
I would imagine that's the case, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like having Kuja be this villain that is constantly in the game and at the end is not actually last boss is a very Xenos thing.
Yeah. I still think, I think I said this with you maybe on the last time we did one of these. I still think Xenos is going to be, he will fight with us only because he wants to fight us. If that makes sense.
Maybe.
Like,
I mean, that'd be wild.
Yeah, like he'll join us in whatever the final fight is just so we can fight him, type thing. I also like in the trailer for Death Unto Dawn, did you catch the glimpse of Xenos standing around like every weapon in the game?
One of the things I did in the video I made about it, I was like,
oh, yeah?
Yo, if this isn't the scene where he is like, all these weapons suck, and he finds like the one, I'll be so happy. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, like, what in the pantheon of Final Fantasy weapons, like Save the Queen is already in here.
Yep.
So it's not going to do that. Excalibur, I think, is like, it's been referenced, I think. What was in Final Fantasy? What was Edge's final weapon in Final Fantasy? But he was a ninja. I guess that wouldn't make sense.
Right.
Because he gets 2 weapons on the moon that were like ungodly overpowered. That might have been Masamune and whatever the other one was. I don't know. I don't know like what. I hope we get that reveal, but I don't know if we'll get that reveal. I think what they're gonna, because we have the next fan event coming up soon in May. So I think this is gonna be another tease. And then in May, we'll probably get a trailer for part 2. Because that will probably come out in June/July. And then the game hopefully launching like September, October. Which is great. I'm all for all that. But yeah, I'm very interested to see what the scenes look like for Xenos in 5.5.
No, I don't know this to be true. Because I'm trying to think of all the different weapons in this game that exist already, and I don't know if it exists in the game, but I would assume, just like a total crazy guess, I don't know that this is the case for any of the new classes, any of the new like Sage or whatever the hell the new thing is,
right?
But I keep feeling like the thing that makes the most sense is if they're gonna do a paladin on the moon. Does Ragnarok exist in this game as a weapon yet? And if not, isn't that? It seems like that's the perfect weapon.
That'd be a great weapon to end the world.
That's what. Like it's basically like a badass, warrior / like paladin weapon kind of deal. I think it was like a knight weapon.
Oh,
but I feel like if that's the main character,
there is a warrior weapon, item level 125, called Ragnarok. I believe
well, there
it's
you
part
go.
of their Zodiac weapon quest.
All right, well then never mind. It exists
That
already.
said, I might actually have that. Is the Ultima Blade in Final Fantasy XIV?
I don't know the Ultima Blade is. Obviously, the Ultima Weapon is.
Yeah.
And the Ultima Spell is because the Ultima Weapon casts it.
Right.
So, I
Which
don't
we're
know.
about to fight here in just a little bit.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I don't. That's the thing is they can really pull. I would think. I agree with your line of thinking in the idea that like, of fucking course, Xenos has to have like the big bad weapon, right? But I don't know what that weapon is that we already haven't seen referenced or doesn't already have something else going on in this in 14. So they might just like create a fully unique item that's just something, whatever, Reaper based if what everyone on the internet believes to be true. But we'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I went with like famous Final Fantasy sites.
Yeah.
I don't know that any are truly famous. And I'm just looking through them now. Like I mean, the most famous one. This says a lot about it. The most famous one is the Soul Reaper from this game.
Oh yeah. The thing about that type of and I think this is my own opinion. I'm happy to hear yours. I'm curious to hear yours. I feel like they just don't look cool. They're like too try-hardy. They're like too edgy. You know what? Like I can't think of a badass character that's like used a scythe and like that I'm like really into.
Also, I'm just like animation-wise. If I am a scythe user,
yeah,
how do my attacks look? Either I'm swinging exactly like a warrior, or
right.
I'm poking exactly like a dragoon. Like I don't know there's like thing special about using a scythe. I guess you're reaping, but it's still you're doing that double-handed swing like a warrior.
Yeah,
so
it's more always, like circle attacks or in like a circle around you, right? Like you're spinning constantly.
I always all the different things you see online, different forum posts where they're like, it's definitely a scythe. In this video, he was wearing a shirt and had like a Grim Reaper, all those different things. That's fine. I'm okay if that's what it ends up being. I just don't necessarily understand it. And I'd be very okay if it wasn't a scythe-based character. Like, if it was like a Reaper class, I think that'd be dope as hell. What that means, no clue. No clue what that means. But like, I think that'd be a neat idea. But I couldn't tell you.
Well, with Sage, they created that brand new weapon that I will not remember the name of. I don't know if you will. But like Yoshi P was talking about that.
Gundam.
He was talking about the fact that it was like a weapon created for this game. So maybe they make another one for melee users, right? For whatever the new melee class is.
Right.
I don't know if we'll get that answer on Tuesday though, because I don't think they're going to reveal exactly what's going on with Xenos on Tuesday. I think we're going to get I think that scene that we saw in the trailer is going to be the stinger at the end of him like trying to find a weapon, and then he's going to say something like, "Oh, I need something, Reaper," or some shit, and then it'll fade to black.
Absolutely, I think the if we had to cut together the two scenes that are available that they have in the trailer, there's one where he steps on his weapon, and there's one where he is surrounded by weapons. And I would imagine the order of operations is he's surrounded by weapons, and then he like grabs one, and then we see his feet walk away, stepping on the blade is sort of like, I'm done with this weapon and moving on to like, I imagine if you're gonna storytell and use some fun visuals, that's kind of how they would do it, right?
Yeah. I agree. The Sorrow of Werlet is going to get its conclusion, ? We get to see the Joker potentially in full effect, maybe? I don't know. We haven't talked about him yet. I will not remember his name, but
the guy who drinks like milk and is always shirtless?
Yeah, the fucking weird Joker. It's literally Joaquin Phoenix from the Joker.
Yeah.
He's
just
ridiculous.
A total creep.
Yeah.
I don't My question is, how do they wrap the story up? They say it's the end,
Of
but
Sorrow Warlet, yeah.
I don't know how they wrap up the whole story.
You think Gaius lives? Do you think they kill him off?
I don't know.
I feel like that'd
I
be a
think it goes
fitting
either
end.
way.
Like a redemption arc for Gaius would be that he sacrifices himself for like whoever.
But for who?
Yeah, I mean,
at this point, one of his kids are left.
Yeah.
One kid is left, and the other kid is going to pilot this thing. And she probably is dead.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is, I would think that the other kid would kill shirtless dude.
Oh, the Joker. Yeah.
But I don't I literally don't know. Again, I have so little idea of how they would end this story because it doesn't feel like there's enough time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that is true. Because if you think about it, with 6.0, at that point, the Garlean Empire is I mean, that city's not doing well. The trailer, right? So I gotta think it's like over in some sense, right? Like there's no way it still stands at that point.
Well, I mean, even right now, most of the plot in the game is even in the Southern Front. Those people are trying to plan to make their own empire.
Yeah.
And the things that are happening along the borders from the last patch, basically all the Imperial legions are looking out for themselves. They aren't getting any reinforcements. The capital's in flames. And I would assume that most of what's going on is kind of everyone out for themselves. And so, I think this dude, this villain guy, whatever his damn name is, he is
the Joker
doing the same thing, right? Like he wants to make his own empire with the weapons and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see.
But he could make it through. Honestly, he's weird enough to be part of the new Empire of Creeps. Like it's possible. Who knows?
Yeah, he. I would be very interested in hearing him actually get some like proper voice acting. I think that would lend well to the trial series of Shadowbringers. But he would have to make it through that and then become part of the main story, and like that usually doesn't happen, at least to that great effect. So
I feel like he's gonna get punked. Like he's gonna think he got away with it, and he's gonna be like, "Yeah, I'll be back." And then someone, who knows, maybe Gaius will show up and just one shot his ass, and be like, "You a little bitch." Yeah,
that would be cool. That would definitely be cool. One of the screenshots that they did release, there's two screenshots. One, it looks like all of the different faction leaders are sitting at a table, going down the list.
Bad sign. Bad sign.
Yeah, that's never a good sign in Final Fantasy. You got Graha, the Warrior of Light, the twins, Urianger, Thancred, and then on the other side you got Lys, One-Armed Man, Nanamo. I'm blanking on these names. Jeez, who's the pirate lady that you're a big fan of?
Merleweb?
Yeah, she's there. They've got the girl from for some reason I'm in Final Fantasy XI
it's
mode.
tough. There's so many names in this game.
From Windhurst, that girl, whatever her name. It's not Windhurst, but
yeah, from Windhurst. Yep.
Windhurst. And then of course
Final Fantasy XI, and she's here now.
Sir Baemerick is there. And yeah, basically I look at that screenshot and I'm just like, all right, well, someone's getting poisoned. This place is gonna explode, or some really bad shit's gone down, and they're trying to figure out what they're gonna do. It looks like they're all there to sign something. So I guess maybe that's the alliance forming, the last bastion of whatever, signing an alliance against the Garlean Empire. Maybe, I'm not sure.
It probably has to do with the hey, did you all go and talk with your different beast tribes?
Oh,
are the beast tribes cool? Are we good? And
for the
then
tempering shit.
Yeah, and then because they've discovered how to deal with tempering now, which is a huge plot point, and I feel like is a great way to end sort of this arc, is that the tempering is no longer an issue. I feel like that's kind of neat. Yeah. And so the biggest thing I would imagine is them dealing with the repercussions of what's going on in the Empire and how there's a power vacuum there and how shit's going down and it's all bad, and formulating a plan on dealing with whatever Xenos is up to. Really, I think this scene is sort of the last all of us that you
together
knew,
type deal.
Yeah, are together, and then shit goes down. Like it has to. And so we'll probably lose some people that are at that table, I would imagine.
I'm looking at that table. I'd be okay with everyone except Baymerick on the left side. uh, and on the right side, I hope everyone lives. Missing from that table, although she doesn't really have like a... Wait, she's not there at all. Oh, no. Is she already dead at this point? Y'shtola's not at that table, Jesse.
She's drinking tea. She's fine.
All the scions are there except for Y'shtola.
Are all the scions there?
Thancred, Urianger, the twins, and Graha are all on the right side.
Well, I mean, I feel like she could be doing a million things. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she's with, I don't know. That makes me worried now that I just noticed that.
I'm telling you, she's fine. And if they kill her, that'd be wild. That'd be a wild thing to happen. I don't know that it will.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. That would be
because she's not even in the cutscene stuff. Like there isn't even any like hot takes of Y'shtola in the cutscenes, right?
I mean, maybe she's dead on Tuesday, Jesse. Maybe Daniel kills her.
Just to start, just the first thing, like right out the gate, like
maybe that's why they all come together for Y'shtola.
I don't believe that for a minute. Don't buy it for one hot minute.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. And then the other screenshot, which I am very excited, is our boy Estinian chatting with Alphino. What are they chatting about, Jesse?
I think that is a scene that's absolutely connected to the scene with Fordola and Alphino.
Yeah, Fordola. Oh, right. We didn't even talk about Fordola.
Yeah, I feel like Fordola comes back to help, and this is going to be her redemption arc, probably. She definitely isn't going to make it out of this.
She's going to sacrifice herself. 100%.
Yeah, oh, yeah, she's definitely dead.
Yeah.
But I feel like her whole thing is she's sort of in the conversation with Alphino and Estinian views sort of battle as one thing, and she views it as sort of like, look, you got to do whatever you got to do to live. I'm sure that'll be one of those moments where the world is sort of, on fire, and Estinian is like, well, we can handle it this way, and she's like, or you could do it this way, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I still want the popular fan theory / my own personal theory of Estinian jumps us to the moon. I just hope that happens. That's how 5.55 should end, is him just saying, jump on my back, and then he just jumps and we're on the moon. I can only dream.
Feel like that could happen. I mean, of all the things we've talked about today, that seems... Yes.
It's the most likely. 100%.
It's the most likely, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. The other thing that will be coupled in 5.5 patch on Tuesday is Yorha Dark Apocalypse, the tower at Paradigm's Breach.
I'm so excited for that, dude. You have no effing the stuff they showed.
We haven't talked about any of the Nier raid stuff with you.
Massive spoilers for Nier. Holy crap.
Yeah. How have you? You've done both of the raids at this point. Yes, I have not talked to you at all about them. What are your thoughts on them? Did you enjoy them? You sound invested, so it seems like it's going well.
I mean, I'm invested in the Nier world. I think the story for this, the first one didn't really have much of it. It was like these two dwarves discover this area, and inside are a bunch of robots, and that's pretty much it, right? Like you kind of get that you meet 9S at the end of it, and you're like, wait, but I know 9S from the video games. Why is he a bad guy? And that's all the story you get, really.
Yeah.
The next raid is you go back in, and the story this time, there's a lot more. You're trying to figure out what's going on with these two, the one black and one white dwarf.
Right.
And there's something between the two of them that's weird. And I love the fact that the reveal is, you were working with the bad guys all along. I think that's super neat. I like what they did with the two characters of the dwarves. But overall, it doesn't, necessarily make the most sense, right?
It is a Nier thing, after all. You're right.
Yeah, it is a Nier thing, but it's super interesting. However, the Nier stuff still, I was like, the entire time, how is this even canonically associated with Nier? Like, the man said it was. He didn't even try to pretend like it was something else. He was like, this is canonical to Nier. And I was like, how? How is this possible? And then they straight up just dropped this new expansion stuff, and now I'm like, it may well be. I don't even know anymore. I'm so excited.
It should be good. I am
Mm-hmm.
a big fan of the songs that have accompanied that raid. I think it
Yep.
is definitely in the running for some of the best music in the entirety of Final Fantasy XIV, which, if you weren't already aware, I think Final Fantasy XIV has some of the best music in all of video games. So it is definitely near the top, and no pun intended, of how I regard those songs. And I think that hopefully, if they can be on the level of the first raid's final song with "Weight of the World," the like Final Fantasy XIV remix of Weight of the World, then regardless of how good or bad the raid is or the story is, I'm just there for that music. That's
I
what's
am
gonna get my foot in the door.
200% expecting it to be an old Nier song.
You think it's gonna be like Kane's theme or something?
Maybe. I don't know. It's gonna be something that is related to like
The new Nier coming out at the end of the month.
yeah, I'm thinking synergy stuff. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna be something related to that. Because the boss they showed,
The big one.
like if you're
Yeah.
if you've never played any of the Nier games, the girl in red is like super important, but in a way that is so strange. It's hard to describe to people. Just be like, imagine there's a game where in the background there's another antagonist who's like a little girl, and you're like, what? And it is a one of those things where, because it's a character that is so rarely seen,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like I don't know how to describe it. It's like almost an Easter egg, but not. If that makes any sense. Like it's a
Right.
character who is so mysterious that when they do show up, it's like in the early episodes of the X-Files when the
Smoking man?
dude would show up, and you'd be like, "What is this even? What?" It's that vibe
Yeah.
where they're so rare, you don't know their backstory, you have no idea what kind of character it is, and eventually, sure, we'll know. But right now, it's at that phase in the Nier sort of canon where I don't think anyone knows truly the motivations of this girl, but like, or girls, dude, it's so crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, right. Because it could be girls, in Automata. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm curious to see how that goes. How many did you get any commendations as a healer?
I
got none.
think I left too soon.
You got to farm those.
I jumped out, but the good news is I leveled, so 76, baby.
There you go.
There's one thing we didn't talk about. And I'm surprised we didn't talk about it. Actually, I'm not, because I didn't notice it till everyone mentioned it to me.
Oh,
Did you see the secret scene? Did you see the quick flash?
In which aspect of the trailer?
Almost right after,
wanna
towards
pull it
the end. I think it's either after Xenos or after the meeting scene. It's one of them. It's in that last portion. There is a shot of your character meeting a glowing figure on the lake where Migger Somer is.
Really?
Yeah, it's real quick. When you scroll through it, I'm gonna have to go look this up.
Yeah, I'm
You
looking
scroll
this.
through it.
I'm watching this on 0.5. Oh yeah, you're right. Wait, Nate. Are you talking about when Estinian's talking to Tiamat? We didn't talk about that.
I mean, that I think is awesome. I love the idea that Tiamat basically is like, I'm going to stay here to the end of the world. And I imagine Estinian's going there to be like, it's the end.
It's the end of the world. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I can't wait to see a fight between Tiamat and Bahamut.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be dope as hell. But no, it's at 2:21 in the trailer.
2:21.
And it is, yeah. And it is straight up on the lake in front of the crashed ship where Migger Somer is.
Oh, you're right.
And it's your character and like a light figure, and everyone's losing their mind. It happened so quick.
Dude,
I didn't even notice it.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Now, I've got it paused on this. I might actually.
I have no
show
idea
this
who
to
it
the
is.
stream. It could be. It could be maybe Heidelin. It could be Minfilia. It could be. I don't know. It really has to only be those two if we're thinking of like some champion.
I don't
of light,
know.
Right? Like
People are saying that there's a reason Migger Somer was there on the lake, right? Protecting the lake, asked by Heidelin to do so. It could be the ancient one who like joined with Hydaelyn.
Huh. Well, that's going to be something big. I didn't even know this. I didn't even see this. I'm looking at it. It looks like they have some sort of armor on, at least some gauntlets. I don't know.
Yeah, just based on the shape of the body, I honestly do not know. What is the character's name? Hythlodaeus, I think, is the character who was, and the ancient who I don't know. Was that the one? There's so many. There's so many characters.
I'm trying to see if that's it. Yeah. Oh, you're talking. That's the character that was.
Oh, that's the character who was sitting there chatting with you.
Yeah, who was chatting with us, who gave us, basically, who like said that we might be, or rather, alluded to the fact that we are. Hold on, let me pull up the fucking Stormblood ports. That we are Asm, or that the soul of Asm or whatever is in us. So maybe that's Asm. Or something.
I don't know. There's one who is part of Hydaelyn, right? I just can't remember the name. There's one that's part of Hydaelyn that, became oh, come on, brain. I'm trying to figure out. There's so many Ascians and
Uncle
Calamity.
Sure.
Venat.
Oh,
Venat's the character's name.
Okay. Wait, I thought, didn't we see Venat though? Venat was.
We saw Venat in that one dungeon, and we learned, that Venat led a group of like people from Amarat,
right,
to oppose the convocation.
Yeah.
And then Venat sacrificed themselves to join with Hydaelyn, I think, is what I don't know.
That was in like 5.1 or 5. I think that was 5.1.
Yeah, it's the dungeon where Y'shtola passes out again.
Yeah.
Where once again Y'shtola is almost killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what happened. I mean, again, that we could be way off there, but I mean,
I don't know.
This could be one of those things where you go there and, I mean, just based on that shot, it looks like it's someone kind of in a robe. I mean, I don't think it's going to be Minfilia, because Minfilia, I feel like that story's wrapped up.
Yeah.
And I don't think we'll get a visual representation of Hydaelyn, although if we did, that'd be super interesting.
I mean, I think we're gonna, right? Like if this is the end of the Ascian story, we're gonna see Hydaelyn in some form, and we're gonna see Zodiark in some form. We have to, right? Like by the end of 6.0, that will occur. Or they become like not major players in the grand scheme of things. But I gotta think that it's the end of the fucking world. It's the end time.
Yeah.
They gotta pop up.
I mean, I guess I'm trying to. So, Keeper of the Lake is the name of the dungeon. I'm trying to think of what the lore for that would be. I don't know. I guess I'll have to look it up. But I imagine there's a whole thing going on there.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. It'll hopefully be revealed. I mean, they wouldn't put that in the trailer unless it was going to be there on Tuesday. So, I guess we'll just see. I'm definitely expecting some big reveals, though, of some sort.
Yes, it's going to be whatever it's going to be. It's going to be huge. I'm not sure if it'll be as big as 5.55.
No,
but it'll be big.
That is. I mean, by 5.55, we should have the final. We should have the final like bits of story before 6.0, right? Like, there's nothing else to do at that point.
Yeah, for shock purpose, I imagine 5.55 is where like things are going to go down.
Yeah, for sure. That's when Lisa's going to show up and be like, "Aha, I've been Yida all along."
And everyone will be like, "No one cares. The world's on fire, Lise." I mean, Ida.
Whatever your fucking name is, it's just Papa Limo, like on another Lalafell or something.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yep.
I'm looking at the site again. Pagathon has, though the herding of livestock keeps the nomadic Amalja constantly on the move across the sweeping plains of Pagathon, the permanent settlement of Zolmak offers respite for the weary and a venue for gathering both political and social. Yet without intervention, it may not long be so. So we'll see whatever the fuck that looks like.
At least from what I've seen in the trailer bits, it seems like that's where the Empire attacks.
You're definitely finding a dragon in one of these screenshots.
Yeah, I would imagine the Empire attacks there, maybe because our alliance and the alliance of Beastmen are trying to like get together. And I would imagine that Fandaniel is the one who brings all of the sort of moon primals, like all the dark primals.
Sure.
I don't know. I like. There's a lot of if, ands, and so many buts, but
yeah, we'll see.
All that matters is one day I'm taking naming way here. Back to the moon, baby. Very excited.
I'm just scanning through here real quick. The other thing, not necessarily story related, but they've definitely been touting the PlayStation 5 open beta, which is going to be coming out. And part of the stuff that is coming with that is a, quote, crystal clear high resolution interface. And they said that will be showing up on the PC. I think it's going to be better somehow. So I don't know what that means, but I'm excited for any like system improvements to see what that looks like or could be. Of course, the lightning fast load times will be there, as they say. Then, of course, everything's in 4K. It says improved performance further enhances epic battles. They've also done some other UI changes in terms of the like ring around bosses will now show you which way the boss is facing, with little arrows on the sides.
It's one of those things. Yeah, it's one of those things where I thought. Yeah, I was like, I don't know that I need that. And then I went to a boss the other day and was like, I have no idea what. Yeah.
If it's front or back. Yeah. It matters once you start actually playing a class with positionals, like a monk or a ninja or something like that. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, new minions, new mounts. We gotta figure out what we're doing. We gotta get on this farm game. We gotta figure out what I guess we got all summer to do that, but
sign me up.
Yeah.
I'm excited to farm whatever needs to be farmed. I'm ready. There's so much that I'm excited for, and I cannot wait to sort of just be there on launch day for 6.0 and just.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be so awesome. I'm so excited.
Oh, I was gonna say disappoint everyone when I level a new job instead of playing the new story.
So basically you're gonna be Strippin. That's what Strippin's done every expansion, is he's played the new class. He played Samurai, and then he played I think he leveled Gunbreak. He leveled something new for Shadowbringers.
At this point, I started as Black Mage in A Realm Reborn. Immediately switched to Red Mage.
Yeah.
Went Red Mage through most of the story until I got to the point where I was like, oh, I should definitely level a warrior for one cutscene. And then I was like, F it, I'm gonna level all these other jobs. And now that I'm playing more jobs, I'm kind of like, Red Mage is fun, and I love Red Mage, and I love playing Red Mage. But I want to get, this weapon for this job, or I want to do this for this thing. And now that I'm seeing there's 2 new jobs, and one of them's a healer, and and it looks like you're a Gundam boy, and then the other one is whatever the hell it's going to be. Depending on what the options are, it may happen, dude. I may just be like, I want to do this, and the world will hate me, and people will be like, Jesse, no. But if I ever listened to what people said, I would not.
Yeah, you gotta have fun for yourself, man.
I would not have taken a month to level up a scholar just so I could do Hildebrand quests looking like a little detective.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's where I'm at mentally. I'm like, I'm gonna do whatever I think is gonna look the coolest for the final. Because if 6.0 is officially the end, there is no like I'll get to max level and then I'll when 6.3 comes out, I'll be ready for whatever new job. And no. It's what I'm going into the end with. Is what I'm going into the end with, and I'm curious what that's gonna be. I don't know yet, but I'm excited to go into the final fight, looking like a something. Who knows? It might even just be Paladin. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, if you go Paladin, you got to get this weapon. IMO. This should be your goal. Is this weapon right here?
That thing's amazing. I don't know that I have the patience to do so.
It's not that bad of a grind.
Is that a Realm Reborn?
This is Heaven's Ward. Heaven's Ward is honestly like one of the faster grinds.
Ooh, let me just say for the record, as someone currently going through the grind for Dark Knight in Heaven's Ward.
Oh, which one? Okay, you're almost there.
It is awful. The part.
Which part are you on?
I'm on the part where you have to grind out the dust and sand and crystal bits and all that stuff. You have to get the crystal sand and the umbrite.
Do you have crafters leveled?
I only have goldsmith.
Okay.
And so I have all the umbrite because I bought it with my
poetics.
Yeah, my poetics, but I don't have all the other thing. And so I didn't realize. I thought the descriptors online were like, yeah, so each one of these will give you 5. And I was like, oh, okay, so I need 5. So I went in there, I put in 5, and it was like, oh, no, you need 200 some of these. I was like, no! Yeah. So it's been a grind, and I was not expecting it to be this kind of grind.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is the last big grind, and the rest of it's just like, run this dungeon 6 times, which I'm fine with. That I can do. But it's demoralizing to just be like, no, grind 3,000 materials. You're like, no.
Trying to think. After the Umbrite stuff, I think you can do there's an Alexander fight that you can do like 15 times or something, unsynced, and it goes pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
And then there's definitely some stuff that you do need poetics for, but it's nothing. Are you on the first part or the second part of the Umbrite?
I am on the part where you literally have to talk to the person and give them. Yeah.
There's 2 parts of that.
So cool. Good to know that. Good to know that there's 2 parts of that.
Look, as
my
long
reward.
As you just did MSQ and got like fucking 400 poetics, so you're good to go.
Yeah, my reward is a different weapon entirely, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
So my reward is the guillotine of the tyrant, which is different. That it does, it's not what I have on right now. So I would imagine it's a different phase. So I'm hoping I'm on the second phase of turning stuff in, and that's great. We'll see.
Yeah,
but it sucks.
Anytime I do that shit, anytime I do anything related to any relic within this game, I have to go to the fucking Wikipedia because I'm just lost. I'm completely fucking lost in terms of what I'm doing. Are you at 515 for your Red Mage relic?
Yeah, I'm at max Red Mage relic.
I'm looking at the quest right now, and I need 11 more loathsome memories of the dying, and I just can't be fucking bothered. So I gotta grind that out one of these days. Because I think on Tuesday, the next step of the relic stuff, I think hits. Unless that's 2 weeks after that patch, which might be.
Maybe? I'm not sure. Look, I mean, I'm fine with doing like a hard, let's run a bunch of bosses shit. Like that's.
Yeah.
I need to do it anyway because I have another quest that's like, get 3 Garlean synthetic fabrics. Still never seen one of those in the game, not once. And everyone's like, you just have to run, you're just being Basha for a while. I'm almost 15, rank 15 in there, and I have not seen it once. Never once have I seen that. So
nice.
Yeah.
I'm seeing if there's anything else, at least on this patch page. It doesn't look like it. I do have one thing that I want to show you because I don't know if you've ever seen this, and we're gonna head to the gold saucer.
What is happening right now?
I don't know if you have heard of what I'm about to show you, then it's because people have told you to stay far away.
What?
Go to the Chocobo Square.
What is happening right now? Why the Chocobo Square?
Well, you've seen the Chocobo racing, right? Have you done Chocobo racing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So over yonder, in this hallway that I've never seen anyone else over here before.
Oh, pet battles?
Yeah, and the Lord of the Verminion. Have you seen this shit?
I've been over here. I've seen it. I've never ever seen anyone ever over here.
So I do this every week, but all I do is walk up here and do the thing and just let it auto lose. Because if you let it auto lose for 5 times, you get like 30,000 MGP or something for challenges every week. Yeah. So I was going to tell you about this because it just takes like 50 minutes of you going in here, doing a tutorial, and just losing. But yeah, this thing is in the game and no one likes it, I think. I've never seen anyone be super into the Lord of Verminion. I don't know if we can also like fight each other or how this works.
I mean, look, I've even come over here to Moogle's Paw. I've been
And
like,
never hit the shit?
I'll spend one, and I will never be able to. I can never hit it because the angle makes no sense. It's like a 2.5D angle
Wait,
on
I've never even seen
the
this.
gameplay screen, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I'll go over and up. And sometimes it's like you got it, and sometimes just like that, it's like, nope, nothing. Yet on my screen, nailed it.
I just got it.
All right, cool. Well,
I got
I'm
10. That's not
try.
that
No,
much.
but try to get like the reward, not like the big one. Try to get the small boy.
The small one? Okay. Oh, okay. I think I missed. Yeah, I missed.
Like I can never get it. I never. I can't.
What do you get for that? What is the reward?
I couldn't even tell you. I can't get it to work. I can't. I'm like, all right. Yeah, I don't know.
Are you supposed to put the Moogle on the top of? I've never played.
That's
this.
what I'm saying. Is he on top of it? Is what because it's like it's such a wonky angle. I can't figure it out. Oh, it drives me crazy.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, it drives me crazy. I can't. This is the one game I can't play. Every other game, I'm like, I kind of get it. Where did you have to go? Were you above it?
I was above it. I got 25 MGP for that. It was like right above it. Yep, I just got it in a row. 2 in a row.
How far above it?
I'm trying to think how I could show this to you. I could call you on Discord.
I am just failing like I'll just watch the damn video. I'm failing like crazy right now.
Let me see. So I think I missed it this time. Yeah,
I don't think I have depth perception. Like I can't figure this out. I'm just throwing MGP away.
Yeah, I missed it those times. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch the video to tell you. How much MGP
are you covering it up?
Oh my god. Who is this guy? Is this guy's yours? This little otter?
No.
Whose otter
gold
is this?
Saucer otter.
What the fuck?
This area is filled with pets.
How do I get this little pet?
This adorable golden saucer otter?
Yeah, who's going fishing? Oh my god, he just tried to fit. He's reeling me in. He's reeling me in, Jesse. What is he doing?
Yeah, I mean over here is a capybara and there's a demon box.
Oh, the dreaded demon box.
Yeah, there's all sorts of little guys around here. I don't understand any of it, but like they're here.
I never finished the tutorials for this stuff because it was such a fucking pain in the ass. But yeah, you can definitely just AFK this stuff and get your 30,000 MGP or whatever. This one, did you figure out on a limb? I tried this before and it didn't go that well.
I mean, it's just like you have to hit it in a certain thing.
Oh, you sense something close. Says good. Oh, try again. Said great.
I just got an excellent and double murdered this thing.
I got double down. Yeah, I'll double down.
Good luck.
I got great.
Good luck. You needed that excellent. Hit that excellent,
good.
You'll get 100.
I got good.
You gotta go towards where the great was.
I got great. I'm doubling down.
You can do it.
Oh no, I gotta try again. Oh, I got great. I got one more go. Excellent. No, I'm not doubling down. I'm good. I'm good. Okay. I got it. How much MGP are you at? Do you spend a lot of time here, Jesse?
I have let me just check in a sec when I exit this damn thing.
Okay, I believe in you.
I'm not doubling down on this garbage. So I have, how do you see that? It's in
Control
my
C.
money, huh?
Yeah. Hit him with the Control C.
I have 607,000 at the moment.
607. Okay. You're doing good. Are you saving up for the Cactuar amount? What's your goal?
I had more at one point, and then I spent a bunch of it on some, I don't remember what the hell I spent it on.
Probably
A
Seltzer's
bunch of
Cape.
nonsense.
That's what I'm gonna go
And
with.
I dropped back down to like 100,000, and I've been working my way up because now I'm like, I want to get that big stuff.
Yeah.
Because for some reason I got distracted and bought a lot of stuff, and now
It happens.
Now I'm like, I want the big things. Because I didn't think I would want all the mounts and stuff here, but now I'm like, maybe I do.
Yeah. I'm at 3.1 million.
Well, that's great.
I've been doing it for a while. I've got all the mounts and shit. I'm hoping that there's a big baller mount sometime soon. Are you gonna buy one of the cash mounts, one of the gold mounts on Tuesday? Did you see
I
that?
don't think I have the gold to buy one.
He was very coy with saying how much money they're gonna cost. Someone said like 2 to 3 million in the chat. And he said like, yeah, you wish. So
Yeah, they're gonna be for the people who have like 50 million bucks saved up and spend
I've
on
got 30
nothing.
million on me, 31 million almost. So I'm curious to
Yeah.
see, like, that's either a new house or one of these gold mounts, and I feel like I'm gonna be tested.
Yeah, it's people who have a lot of money, and it's the same thing as like the long neck dinosaur in WoW. I don't want to call it a brontosaurus, but whatever the hell it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It was that thing where it's, however many 5 million gil, I think, or gold.
Right.
So, a lot of people just simply couldn't afford it. Was it 5? Maybe it was 500. It's something crazy. Some crazy number.
Well, there's a spider, I think, now that's 5 million.
So there you go. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff.
Well, I think did we miss anything? Anything else you want to cover?
I don't think so. No, I think
we're ready. I think we're ready for 5.5. We'll probably do another one of these, maybe not next week. Fuck, I don't even know. Like, next week is kind of crazy because I think, and you're invited to this as well. I think we're going to be doing a guild raid on Tuesday for the near raid at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Cool.
So if you want to come to that, by all means.
I mean, I'll be playing most of the day, so.
Yeah. And then I'll probably be doing the diamond weapon stuff on Tuesday as well. On whatever the hard mode is for that. And then we'll see whenever they decide to put the second patch out. So, and of course, whenever they decide to do the next fan festival, me and Jesse will probably be watching that as well. The digital event. I think the next one, we might get class change reveals. So we might get to see the new shit. They usually do one of those like very long streams where they literally go through each and every class and tell you the new abilities and what's changing. And those streams are very, very fun to watch because people in chat are, they're championing their classes. And they're either very upset or very excited. So the highs are high and the lows are lows. And it's good fun.
Can't wait.
So
Can't wait.
We got that coming up as well whenever they decided to do one of those. But for now, I think we're good. I think we're ready for 5.5. It's been a long, strange journey, Jesse. But we're almost at the end.
Yeah,
it's a
I'm
little
excited.
sad.
I'm very excited.
I'm a little sad. I hope after 6.0 we still hold this game in high regard,
I think it's going to be a good point for new people to come aboard. I feel like that's
true.
The vibe is that, if they destroy the world, then, it's a great time to start.
Yeah, that's true.
Start fresh.
Well, we'll figure it out. We'll see what happens, as will the rest of the community. That'll do it for Forward and Back again. Hey, if you want to hear me and Jesse continue to ramble on about shit, we got a new show called the MCU Crew. Our buddy, that Bronze Girl, is on there as well. Every Monday at noon Eastern. Jesse, we have so much to talk about this upcoming Monday. Did you see what Marvel Entertainment did today?
I saw the
believe
Zemo
it.
cut, and
I can't believe the Zemo cut was released. I can't believe it.
I can't. It changes everything.
It does. There's an hour. It's an hour-long footage of the Zemo cut.
Changes everything.
It really
5
does.
hours long.
It really does. We'll talk about that on the MC crew on Monday with Bronze, as well as, of course, recapping episode 4 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier and everything else going on in the world of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But for now, we're gonna get out of here because I gotta go run my expert roulette and eat dinner. Jesse, enjoy 5.5 rather, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.